What's up, guys? Kersey28 and the crew here, and this is going to be our live coverage of the South Carolina Democratic primary results. Me and Psycho Dad will be joined throughout the night by some of our contributors. I'm sure this won't be a very long night. Biden's probably going to win, but we're going to just see what happens. We're going to see his margin of victory will be the most interesting part, because if he doesn't win with like 90% of the vote, that's not a good thing for an incumbent president. So we'll see. 4 years ago, this was the state that propelled him to victory, if you guys remember that.
All right, I have returned. Oh.
Welcome back, Psycho Dad.
They're gonna start counting them votes here any second, right? Oh yeah.
The polls close in 3 minutes.
What would be your, final guesstimates for what the percentage split's gonna be?
Hold on one second. All right, so my final prediction. I have Biden winning
what do you think will do?
with 70% of the vote, and then the other two will get a combined 15 or 20, and then the other 10% or so will be other. That's my final prediction.
Other.
Yep.
Given how unpopular Biden's polling, I'll say he might finish with, I want to say top 60%. Dean Phillip might come out with 22%, and the other 18% will probably be, like you said, other or...
Like write-ins or some shit.
Yeah, write-ins and all that.
Well, here we go. 1 minute and 40 seconds.
The thing that kills me is how are people still voting for Joe Biden considering what's going on? It's so confusing to me. I just can't understand it.
Well, we want him to be the nominee because he's going to be.
Well, obviously, because then he'll get completely steamrolled. Ouch.
What's up, Lefty Memes? I haven't seen you here before, but welcome to the stream.
Man.
Yeah, Marianne just doesn't have the money to do this, and she's been blackballed by the entire mainstream media. So there was no way for her to get her message out. I probably wouldn't have wanted her anyways, though.
Well, yeah, we need someone easy to beat on the Democrat side. What better way than Joe Biden?
Well, and she's just too far left.
Yeah. I mean, even still, people vote left. Like, why do you keep putting these nutcases in office considering what they do every time? Like, it's the same story. I just can't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we welcome all political affiliations here. Me and my dad definitely are conservative, but, leftists, if you guys want to come watch, you're more than welcome to. We don't discriminate.
We'll try to understand your viewpoint. If you can plead a good case, then we'll try to understand you.
And we do put our spin on it, but when I do my political predictions, I keep my bias out of those, just so you guys are aware of that. So the polls have closed now. We're at the top of the hour. No results yet, but I assume they will be trickling in momentarily here, where we will then break down the results for you guys. And I'm going to pull up the mainstream channels and see if they're covering this. I don't think they are. But if they are, I want to check in and see what they have to say. Yeah, I mean, I agree that just from an electoral standpoint, probably anybody would be better than Biden for you guys to win. But in terms of, like, if I had to pick one of the three, it would probably be Biden. Like, if you had a gun in my head, just because he's the more center Democrat than these other two. Well, actually, I don't know about Dean. He might be around the same kind of political lining, but I know Marianne's definitely more left, which I don't line with. Well, Dad, what do you think so far?
Well, man, I'm not seeing any results yet, but I do agree with what you say about it. I mean, I'm trying to understand like all the leftist side of things, but from how I was brought up in life and like what I did and how I am now, like it's very hard for me to understand the left side of things. But I try to understand where they're coming from. But you know, some of the things that they do, I just completely am like, why would you do that? You know. But I'm trying out here.
All right, so it looks like the mainstream channels are covering it. We are going to pull it up here, but we can't have it up for too long. I want to have the ticker at the bottom at least.
Republican, but you can't vote in the Republican primary just a few weeks from now. Tommy, also want to mention it wasn't just President Biden on the ballot today. You also had Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips, as well as the self-help author Marianne Williamson. But you're right, the polls going in today, no indication that this is going to be any sort of struggle for the president or his re-election campaign. He was in South Carolina last week. You had the vice president here just last night. Tommy, a lot of indications that this is going to be the start of the re-election bid for the president for the Democratic nomination, which he's hoping he will sail through until August when they have the Democratic convention in Chicago. Tommy.
Oh, and who knows what's going to happen come that time. Thank you so much, Mark. So why is Biden running? That's really the question that we all want to know. But a Wall Street Journal columnist writes, I have yet to hear Mr. Axelrod or any other prominent Democrat of the Obama, Clinton, or Biden circles suggest Mr. Biden is doing America a favor by running. He goes on to write, quote, starting to crystallize in the press is the off the...
Well, Dad, go ahead and offer some commentary.
Sorry, I was watching the snippet there that Fox was showing. But, I mean, Biden, you know, he's more than likely going to win. Like, let's be real here. I mean, this is like a match of ages. Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, you know. Like, so if anyone's, like, running in this race still, it's almost irrelevant. Like, with the Republican side, like Nikki Haley continuing to run against Donald Trump, she's not going to be able to beat him. There's no way it's going to happen. Same with the Democrat side. You know, this is literally a race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden and no one else. Like, so the fact that people are still running against, you know, say Joe Biden for the Democrat side and Donald Trump for the Republican side, but it's just almost irrelevant at this point. Like, you need to wait until 2028 to get your shot. Like, it's almost like a locked-in guarantee. This is Trump v. Biden.
You think so, huh?
Well, yeah, there's the two most popular candidates. And, you know, people have been wanting this rematch for the last couple of years. Going on 2024 now, it's, I mean, a reality. So, you know, at this point, just let it play out. You know, whatever happens, happens. Then, if you want to run for president again in 2028, you know, Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis, they can run again in 2028. You know, there's nothing stopping them.
Final prediction from Lefty: 90% Biden, 7% Dean, 3% Marianne.
I mean, more than likely that might be what happens. What was yours? It was what, 70, 20, and then like 10?
All right. I think I have it set up right.
How much wrong?
Is it set up right?
What, the stream? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's run by my end. What in the world? Damn, there's nothing in yet?
Nope.
Must be taking their time counting the migrant votes.
Really?
Maybe. I'm sure by the time they'll start pouring in, though.
Hold on, Dad. Do you want to pull up the comments? Because we do have some. We do have some comments here. So Lefty puts, "What are your views on climate change? I think we need to transition the workers to clean energy before they lose their jobs. Oil is not a renewable resource." So, so guys, we do have a county in here. Before I answer that, and it looks like it went 100% for Biden, 10 votes. So we have a total of 10 votes so far, one county. And all 10 of those votes in that county all went for Biden. We have less than 1% of the vote in. So now to answer your question, yes, climate change is real. It's a problem. It's caused by humans. But do I think that we should tank the entire United States economy to fix the problem? No, I don't. What we need to be doing is we need to be putting it on China, because China's not playing ball. The U.S. has been lowering their carbon emissions for decades, while China is still in the middle of their industrial revolution. Well, their revolution's over with, and it's time to comply with the rest of the world, because they are the ones that are adding so much to the problem, because they're burning so much coal. So there needs to be some kind of sanctions on China, and they need to be held accountable for the damage that they're doing. And yes, Jill Stein is running again. She ran in 2016, and undoubtedly she took votes away from Hillary, which really handed the election to Trump. She's running again, along with Cornel West and possibly RFK Jr. So Cornel West and Jill Stein are, I mean, there's no questioning it. They're going to take votes away from Biden, for sure. RFK, people like to debate this, but the thing is, RFK might not even be on the ballot in a lot of states. Because right now he's running as an independent, but there is no independent party. So there's no guarantee that he's going to be on the ballot in every state. Now, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, the Libertarian Party, and the Green Party all have ballot access in all 50 states. It's just who their candidate is going to be. And the Libertarian Party has already said that RFK is not going to be their nominee.
Well, I guess I'll give my take on climate change. Well, it is real. Let's be real here. And like you said, China's the number one most carbon emissions country in the world, besides India, which I believe is number 2. So those 2 countries alone are putting out more than double the carbon emissions the United States is doing. And like you said, we have been cutting back on it. And the fact that India and China are still the 2 top polluters for the entire world, and they're not being held accountable for it, it's ridiculous. And, everyone wants to say, America's got to start, shaping out how the world should be. That's not our problem. And like you said, taking the U.S. economy for us to get our carbon emissions down to 0, it's not feasible. And the fact of the matter is everyone wanting to shift to electric vehicles and, the whole green new energy deal, it would be possible if you overhaul the power grid, number 1. Because currently the power grid cannot handle if everyone in the United States drives an electric car. If that was the case, the power grid would collapse and there would be blackouts and brownouts 24/7 across the entire country. So until you overhaul the power grid, there is no way you can get electric vehicles in every person's household. And number 2, most of those power grids also run off of, guess what? Coal burning. So until you phase out coal burning for, say, natural gas, propane, or, even nuclear energy, then until you can accomplish that, you can't completely cut carbon emissions down to 0 in the United States. That's just my take on it, but
all right,
I'm
and
sure
as
someone
you
out
were
there will
speaking,
disagree with me.
we've got more votes in here. So it looks like we've got another county. Oh, whoops. We've got another county that filled in here. And so Biden is at 94.9% with 318 votes. Marianne second with 13 votes. Dean Phillips with 4 votes. So it's still really early, you guys. We've still got a lot of more votes to count, but it's obviously looking pretty good for Biden. So, Dad, do you think so let me ask you this. Do you think a win here for Biden would probably seal the deal for him?
Well, I mean, considering how unpopular he is across the country, I think he would still have to prove himself in at least 1 or 2 more states before, the whole mass of America agrees that he should be the Democratic pick. But, in the Democrat Party side of things, even if he wins this state, they're going to be 100% he's going to be the nominee. But for the American people, I think it'll take a couple more states for him to prove that he's worthy of being eligible for re-election. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I think really after New Hampshire, that's probably where any kind of hope of beating him died, because he wasn't even on the ballot in New Hampshire, and he still won. That was Dean Phillips' only hope to win a state, and he didn't do it. So, and also, Cenk Uygur is staying in the race, and he thinks he's going to win Vermont. So we'll see what happens with that.
I mean, it's like I said earlier, this is the 2024 presidential race is literally Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Anyone else running at this point is wasting their time, and they should hold off all their resources until 2028, when they really do have a fair shot of running and winning. I mean, if you look at all the polls across the Republican side, it was Donald Trump beating everybody. It didn't matter.
Right.
Even Ron DeSantis, he got beat out and endorsed him. Nikki Haley, at this point, she's still losing, and she's more than likely going to have to drop out. If you look at the Democrat side of things, Joe Biden is still pulling dramatically ahead of everyone else. They're at this point, they're just wasting their resources and effort, and they should save it all up until the 2028 race when everyone has a shot of getting the presidency. Because at that point, Donald Trump cannot run for re-election, and neither can Joe Biden. So it'll be a whole entire new face of things.
Yeah, Nikki Haley, for example, is just wasting all of her money and resources when she's not going to win. And the thing is, she's completely ruined her reputation at this point. Like, Republicans hate her now.
Yeah, it's like when we cover Nikki Haley, she's always flip-flopping on things. She never sticks to what she believes in. It's always, oh, I believe in this one week, and then the next week she could completely 180 on it. And that's seriously what kills Nikki Haley, is she's always flip-flopping on matters that are pertinent to her. And from a Republican standpoint, she's arguably the most un-Republican Republican that I've seen, to be honest.
Well, and the fact that she's appealing to so many Democrats, Republicans just don't like her.
Also true. If you look at most of the people who say they would vote for Nikki Haley, I think it was roughly, 80% said they are prior Democrats that are voting for Nikki Haley. So, in all honesty, most of her backing is Democrats that don't like Joe Biden, and also Republicans that don't like Donald Trump. So that is literally her entire base of voters are people who don't like Joe Biden or Donald Trump. So in all honesty, if she does run in 2028, she's probably going to collapse immediately, and she's going to have no backing for anything. But I can't predict the future. I can't see it, but...
And Dad, we did get another dump of votes. So looks like 2 more counties filled in purple for Biden. He's at 94.9%. Marianne is still in second with 3%. And Phillips is in last with 2.1%. It'll be interesting if Marianne can beat Dean Phillips, but I don't see it happening. Actually, it could happen because they were really not that far away in the polling.
I mean, the race between Marianne and Dean Phillips is more than likely what they're going to base their 2028 presidential run on, to be honest. But
Bless you. Oh, thanks. So we still have less than 1% of the vote in. So we're still waiting on some actual results here. Well, so what do you guys in the chat want to talk about here? I mean, me and Psycho Dad really are just waiting on you guys to see what you guys want to talk about.
There are more comments that we can discuss.
What, Dad? Dad, are we apartheid Zionist?
An apartheid Zionist?
Yeah, is that what we are?
To be honest, I've never heard that term in my life.
Well, you know what apartheid is, right?
Well, yeah.
I don't know what an apartheid Zionist is.
An apartheid Zionist.
That's very strange. Could you elaborate on why you supported Asa Hutchinson? I mean, he was a governor, so he's got experience in the executive branch, which is nice. He was I believe he was a U.S. attorney, so that's a pretty impressive qualification. But other than that, he just didn't excite people, and I didn't really know anything about his platform because he was just kind of irrelevant. Dad, you have the comments pulled up, right?
I do not at the moment. Hold on.
I'm actually surprised Hutchinson stayed in as long as he did. Actually, I like Doug Burgum a lot, actually. Well, I think he's going to be in Trump's cabinet, though. I think he's going to be the energy secretary. That's why he dropped out and supported him.
Well, the apartheid Zionist thing is really stumbling me, to be honest.
Yeah, I got nothing on that.
Like, I need some elaboration on what they are referring to and us being apartheid Zionists.
Dad, Caden is here in the chat, by the way.
Oh my goodness! Tell him to join the voice.
Is he capable enough to do that?
I don't know. Excuse me. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still not following you, critical thinking guy. I'm just not following this whole thing. Looks like we got some votes in from Charleston. So Biden gained a couple percentage points there. Charleston is the that's the one place that I would have expected somebody like Marianne to do good in, because that's like the one actual left wing place in the state is Charleston, and they called it for Biden, so it's over.
They already called it now.
No, we're not in South Carolina. We live in Wisconsin. But, yeah, they just called it for Biden. That was pretty quick. With 5% in, they were able to call it. So I guess if you guys want to stick around, we can just see how well he finishes, because that's really going to be the real story. Because I don't think anybody was expecting him to not win. But how much he wins by is going to be the real interesting thing. So stick around with us if you guys want to see that, and we can chat about whatever you guys want.
Man.
Hopefully they count the votes faster than they did in New Hampshire. So we've got 65 delegates to give away here. And if you guys remember, in order for Marianne or Dean to get any delegates, they would have to do one of two things. They either have to get 15% in the overall state vote, or they have to get 15% in a congressional district. If they can do one of those things, they'll get probably one delegate. So we'll see. That's the threshold they have to get to, is 15%. And yeah, I like living in Wisconsin, born and raised here. There's just a different quality to Midwestern men. We're just tougher. We're handymen, you know. We're hunters. So we're just better a lot of the times. And living in a purple state is always fun. Our elections are always decided within less than 1%. So our votes matter here, unlike some other places where they don't matter. Like, if you're a Republican in California, your vote is worthless. You might as well go write it in on the ballot and then make the ballot into a paper airplane and throw it into the wind. So that's how useful your ballot is in California as a Republican. But what people don't realize is there's actually a lot of Republicans in California. So if we were able to like get those people to like move, you know, there's like, I think, millions of Republicans in California. If we could sprinkle like 100,000 in Nevada, 100,000 in Arizona, 100,000 in Pennsylvania, I mean, that could be enough to secure Republicans' victories for a generation with the Electoral College. Dad, are you there? Dad? Yeah, definitely don't. I lived in California for about 6 months. I definitely don't agree with that statement. The crime there is ridiculous. The taxes there are ridiculous. But if you like it, more power to you. Dad, are you there?
Back now with a Fox News alert. A winner is in for the Democratic presidential primary. John Scott is in the newsroom to break down the results. John?
Hi, Molly. Yeah, we just got the numbers in, and perhaps to nobody's surprise, the sitting president, Joseph Biden, former senator from the state of Delaware.
Hello?
Where did you go, Dad?
I was trying to start something up, but I was messing with what we're doing here, so I stopped.
So yeah, Bernie's going to be too old to run in 28, but Cenk Uygur says he's going to win Vermont. So my question to you is, have you seen any kind of campaign ads for Cenk? Have you seen any commercials or anything whatsoever in Vermont? Because he's saying that he has a chance to win the state. So just curious to hear your take on that, since you apparently, well, do you live there? I don't know. Sounds like you do from your commentary. All right, Dad, so what are your thoughts?
Well, I couldn't hear what you were talking about, so what happens? I was trying to move the stream from my tablet to my laptop, but it was causing too many problems.
Well, really just your thoughts on anything.
Well, I mean, them calling it for Joe Biden so early, I mean, to me, I'm not surprised, you know. Everyone's just riding on, oh, Joe Biden, this, Joe Biden, that. But, I mean, the crazy thing is, if I'm not mistaken, his approval rating is in the 40s as it currently
30s.
stands. So, yeah, even worse than what I just stated. And even still, he's winning these states. So, in reality, what is actually going on? And why are people still voting for Joe Biden, even though his approval rating is so low? And, you know, like we were saying a couple streams ago, that no president has ever won re-election with an approval rating of less than 40. And, you know, more than likely, he's not going to win. There's no way he's going to win re-election. But we'll let whatever happens happen. And We'll see.
Well, Dad, that's actually a good topic here. So, there was a poll done not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago, and about 70% of Democrats say they don't want Biden to run for another term. So, if that's the case, why are Democrats going out in record numbers and voting for him? It's a really, really strange phenomenon. And then, so Cali has some of the lowest property taxes because of Prop 13 back when, and taxes on other things is lower than other states. Well, I still wouldn't want to live there. It's just too left wing.
Yeah, no way. I mean, I have visited California, and the cost of living there, like you might say the taxes are low, but everything else is way more expensive. A gallon of milk in California costs what, $4 or $5 to a gallon, versus where we're from in Wisconsin, it's I would say probably like $3.29, $3.30 a gallon. So like that's just a basic example. And gas in California is what, probably $5 a gallon, versus here it's coming down to like $3.10 a gallon. So yeah, your taxes might be lower, but you're paying more for other things that I pay less for in the state of Wisconsin. So that's the thing about California. You might say, oh, we have lower taxes, but still there's other things about California that make me not want to live there. The homeless people on the streets in, say, San Fran and San Diego, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to deal with that. And the fact that everything is, more expensive. So the quality of life essentially in California is higher than other states. So yeah, your taxes might be low, but you're making up for it in other areas.
100% right. And
not to mention how out of control your state's gun control is. You might have the strictest gun control out of any state in the United States, but your gun violence rate is the highest out of any state in the country. So, I'm just putting it out there, gun control doesn't do anything. It just restricts law-abiding citizens from getting weapons, but that's my take on it. You guys can take it how you want.
And remember, I lived there for about 6 months when I was in training, and so I know firsthand how dirty and crime-ridden these cities are. It's just terrible.
I know, and it was like literally what I said was the truth. You can attest to this. You were there, recently in the past year and a half, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2020 or 2019. My bad. 6 months I lived there.
Yeah, but still, considering what was going on back in 2019, it's roughly still the same, if not worse, in the current year of 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only guess.
It's awful.
But even still, I mean, the thing about California is people will say, oh, most people want to live in California. No, they don't. California, yeah, the taxes might be low, but it was, like I just said in my example, there's other things that make up for the fact that your taxes are low. You're paying for it in other ways. And I quite frankly wouldn't want to live in California. It's way too hot. I don't want to live there because it's too hot and it's too expensive.
Well, in Southern California,
more than 80% of my income. Yeah, in Southern Cali. But if you're in North California, okay, maybe. But I wouldn't want to live in that state because I like my firearms and I don't like being restricted by what I can do with my gun. So California and New York are off the table for me to live in.
Well, we got another comment here. Cali has 40 million people and has the lowest crime and high crime. Yeah, something. A big state, and we pay the most in Fed tax. Get less support than the take. Yeah, this doesn't really make any sense, but that's not true. You don't have the lowest taxes and the lowest crime. That's just not true.
If anything, you guys have some of the highest crime.
So far, Biden has 15 of the 65 delegates. Now, when I did my prediction video a couple days ago, I was predicting, my final prediction had him getting all 65 or 55. I thought it was 55. I don't know. That's what I had on yet another Matt Political simulator thing.
I'd just like to go back to the comment that's saying California has low crime rate. I mean, if you look at other liberal states in the entirety of the United States, Illinois is a Democrat state, and Chicago has one of the highest crime rates out of the entire country. New York, also a great example. Recently featured in the news, a migrant beating almost the life out of a New York City cop. What happened to them? Nothing. They
Yeah, that's
got
totally
released on
unacceptable.
$0 bail, and they're more than likely going to commit another crime. And that's the thing about sanctuary cities, you know. Oh, I want my state to have a sanctuary city. Okay, so you're openly accepting these people that are coming across the border, right? And then all of a sudden they flip the script and say, oh, well, you know, we can support these guys, but our local citizens are getting really angry about it. Well, obviously they're getting really mad about it. You're letting in migrants that are destroying that city's economy, or that state's economy, rather. So people who don't live in New York City are getting taxed up the wazoo regarding what's happening. Like, people that don't live in New York City itself are getting taxed horribly for what they're doing. They're bringing the migrants to New York City, and the people that don't live there are getting taxed, you know, crazily, and they're having to pay for what they're doing to house the migrants. And the migrants are taking over schools in New York. So the American citizen can't send a child to school, which is completely unacceptable. If you're a taxpayer, your child should be able to go to school, get school lunch, all that. And they can't even do that in New York City. And that is absurd to me.
Yeah, I would never want to move to New York or California. Dad, if anywhere, I would want to move to like South Dakota. You know, they have a good economy out there.
I mean, I would live in the Dakotas 100%. I mean, the oil industry in the Dakotas is booming. The Dakotas have so much oil, and that's mainly what drives their economy is oil. So, you know, gasoline, that's what drives their economy. That's why the Dakotas are booming right now, is only because of their gasoline. I mean, yeah, it might be a barren state, but I wouldn't mind living there, to be honest. I would love to live in North or South Dakota.
Yeah, I would too, actually.
But, I mean, if I could live anywhere outside of Wisconsin by choice, if I could pick where I wanted to live, it would more than likely be North Dakota.
So, Dad, we've
Either
got
that
20.
or Montana.
We've got 20% of the vote in now. Biden still has 96% of it. So far, 19 of the 65 delegates have been allocated all to Biden. And we've still got some comments in here. I don't know if you have the thing pulled up. Maybe you want to read a couple of these?
I can't see the comments.
You can't
Sorry.
see the comments. How can you not see the comments?
The way I got it set up on my setup that's aging is I can't see the tablets or I can't see the comments on my tablet. And I was trying to pull it up on the laptop, it was causing interference, so I had to stop. So I can't see the live feed with the comments.
Really?
I cannot. I can see the live, but I can't see the comments on the tablet. From the
Alright.
aging setup.
Well, anyway, so I guess since the race has been called and we're just waiting to see the margins and to see if anyone gets any delegates other than Biden. So, Dad, who do you think any of the other two candidates will drop out tonight after this defeat?
In my opinion, it would be their best interest to drop out and save the resources in their campaigning for 2028. It was like I was saying earlier, this is a race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. But if they're just so headstrong on keeping to run, you know, they can keep wasting their money. That's fine by me. But at the end of the day, both of them should drop out. If they're only getting 3% of the vote out of, you know, Joe Biden getting 90, what's the rate now, 95, 96%? If you're not getting even remotely a third of that, you should drop out, in my opinion, at this point. At this point, it's pointless just quit and save your time for 2028.
Well, so Dad, from here we go to Nevada. So Nevada's primary is going to be this Tuesday. It's in 3 days from now, on the 6th. So on Tuesday we will have the Democratic primary, and on the same day we'll have the Republican primary. But that whole situation's weird. So on Tuesday the Republicans are having their Nevada primary. It's non-binding. There's no delegates. 2 days later, on Thursday, the Republicans are having their Nevada caucus. That's where the delegates are. So state law, you had to be on one ballot or the other. So Trump is going to be the only one on the ballot for the caucus. Haley's going to be the only one on the ballot for the primary. So Haley's going to win the primary. Trump's going to win the caucus. Haley's going to get no delegates. Trump is going to get all of them. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see. If Biden wins Nevada, I really don't see a path for Marianne or Dean Phillips. So they're probably going to have to go after that. And of course, we'll be covering both of those elections this coming week.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But I mean, if I was in Nikki Haley's situation, I would want to be on the caucus so I can get delegates to keep running. If I was in her shoes, right? I mean, at this point, if I was her, though, logically, I would have dropped out roughly around the same time Ron DeSantis did, so I could save my resources and all my money and all my funding for 2028, like I was saying earlier. Because in all honesty, that's when it's free game. Anything goes in 2028. It could be Ron DeSantis versus Nikki Haley in 2028 versus, Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson for the Democrat side in 2028. Anything goes in that year because Donald Trump won't be eligible to rerun again, and Joe Biden, if he somehow wins again this year, he won't be eligible. So, if I was any of these people, I would drop out and save my time and energy for 2028 because that would be a busy year for me if I was trying to be the president,
Yeah. So, Dad, I'm going to read you another comment here. So, this California guy is, I think he's trying to get a reaction out of us, but he goes, I stated Cali has both high and low crime. It is a big state. Biggest state, dummy, LOL. I'm glad you don't want to live here. There are too many people here to each their own. So, what do you have to say to this guy? He seems to be going off the rails a little bit.
Right, to the guy who commented this, well, this is really funny because I saw a video earlier from Andy Frisella who said, there's these 4 huge states. You got California, you got Texas, and you got Florida and New York. And, California and New York are both blue, right? And those 2 blue states, people are fleeing to what? Texas and Florida. And, when I watched that video, I was like, you know what? This makes so much sense. People don't like California so much. They're leaving that state and they're moving to Texas. And guess what they're trying to do to Texas? They're trying to turn the state of Texas blue off the same ideologies and policies that failed in California. They're trying to convert that to Texas. And the same thing from people from New York who are leaving New York and going to Florida. It's the same situation here. So, the fact that you comment this and say, oh, I'm glad you don't want to live in California. You know what, buddy? You can take California. I don't care. California sucks. Okay, I'm sorry that you live in socialism and you can't accept the fact that you're not a true American. Okay?
Yeah. So, Lefty Memes writes in again, DNC rigged it. So, when you say that, do you mean they rigged the 2024 primary? Because I will definitely agree that they rigged the 2016 primary. They did weird little things where they would have the debates on Sunday night when nobody was watching, or Friday night, when everybody was out. Or they'd put it on the same night as like Thursday night football. And they gave all the money and the questions to Hillary. And they were going to give all the super delegates to Hillary. Yeah, Texas actually has higher taxes than Cali. Well, that's news to me. And actually, most people moving from Cali to Texas are California Republicans. Well, that's good because, like I was saying earlier, there are a lot of Republicans in California, millions. And that is millions of Republican votes wasted. So we need those people to move to these other states where it actually matters, like Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. These states that are decided by a couple percentage points. If you just took like 100,000 here, 100,000 there from California out of the millions, we would have an electoral college that would never fail us on the presidential election scale. So, Dad, what do you have to say about all that?
I mean, the thing that kills me about this guy just preaching California is so great is
You're cutting in and out, Dad.
how.
Yeah.
Sorry, but people are leaving California by the hundreds of thousands. You know, if your state is so great, why are people leaving your state in droves? And your state has been so messed up ever since the first Democrat in charge of California. California has been a cesspool of garbage ever since that day ever occurred. Gavin Newsom is literally a socialist. You know, when the president of China came to visit, he cleaned up all the homeless people just because he wanted to present his state as something great to the president of China. And guess what? Once he left, all the homeless people came back. So, you know, he could have solved the homeless problem in California, but he refused to. Not to mention, Gavin Newsom also supports China buying U.S. lands. Shouldn't be a thing. Sorry. If you're a foreign country and you're trying to buy land of one of your rivals, that shouldn't be a thing. You should not be permitted to buy land in America unless you're a U.S. citizen. If you're Chinese, you shouldn't be able to buy it. Sorry. End of story. And also, there's a secret Chinese police station stationed all over California that are rounding up Chinese citizens to take back to China and prosecute them and more than likely end their life. Sorry, that's what they're doing. So if California is so great, then why are people leaving? And, you know, the fact that myself and my son said we don't want to live in California, that's our opinion. We don't want to live there. Sorry. If you want to live there, great. You can live in socialism. We'll live our free American life, and we'll be happy. And you'll still be a salty Democrat.
So, Dad, he writes in again, I love all the states. I'm patriotic. California is the fourth largest economy in the world. Capitalism, if it was socialism, we would not have homeless. This guy doesn't make sense with a lot of the stuff he says.
Exactly. This guy is not making any sense. Why don't you elaborate on the fourth largest economy? Why don't you elaborate on what makes everything else? Does this guy even live in California? Should he just suck in California off? That's what I want to know. Hello?
Alright, do we have a problem here or what? Dad? Dad? Dad, you there?
Yeah, I was going to the bathroom myself.
Well, I didn't know why you just disappeared in the middle of the stream.
I couldn't hear you. But, anyways, back to the discussion at hand here.
Yeah, is there going to be a problem here? This guy?
I mean, if he wants to join our Discord and debate us after the stream, he's more than welcome to. He can express his point and we can shut down all his crazy beliefs. I mean, totally, unless he's not willing to accept the fact he's wrong, you know.
Lamo.
I mean, put the Discord link in the server. Let them join. We'll debate them. I mean, if he's gonna talk all the ramp up California like this, you better support it full through and through. And did he ever answer the question regarding to if he lived in California or not?
He does live in California.
And he votes blue, more than likely, correct?
Probably. I would assume. So, Dad, we're at about a quarter of the vote. We have about a quarter of the vote in. Biden's got 34,000 votes. He's leading with 96%. Marianne with 1.8. Dean Phillips with 1.4%. And 42 of the 65 delegates have now gone to Biden. So the door is closing for Marianne or Dean to get any delegates, and it's closing real quick.
Well, yeah, more than likely they're getting blown out of the water. Like I was saying earlier, if Marianne Williamson or Dean Phillips wants to run for president, they need to drop out now and save their time and energy for 2028. And that's the year that they can more than likely spend their take on things and get in office. But I'm not those politicians, so I can't drop myself out, you know.
Yeah,
So
so
if I was, I would quit.
Lefty writes in again, the government has not a profit motive. It's on the people's side when there's no corruption, of course. Well, the problem with that is the government is 100% corrupt. You saw that with
Without a doubt.
the Supreme Court decision in Citizens United. Super PACs can take an infinite amount of money. That money goes into the campaigns for the politicians. The politicians, therefore, act on behalf of the donors. That's how this whole cycle works, and that's how we all get screwed. So no, the government does have a motive, and they don't work for us.
At this point in time, the government is against us. They don't care about the U.S. citizen. Look at the migrant situation. They would rather care for the migrants more than homeless veterans on the street, which is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You have a homeless veteran on the street and you'd rather prioritize a migrant? Absolutely disgraceful. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
That alone should be an example of how messed up this government is.
I don't know how much more attention I'm going to give this, but this California guy writes in, let's debate in the comments after the stream and I can give citations. Nope, I am not any your blue, orange, red team dogmatic, so you will lose. I'm starting to think this guy is like nuts. What does that even mean?
Okay, buddy, join us in the Discord. You can come in the live call right now and we can debate you on live and destroy you. If that's what you want. If you want to look like a clown, go for it. We don't care. We'll destroy you. Without a doubt.
Well, so we now have 26% of the vote in, and the state is solidly purple. Biden's winning every county, and his biggest margins of victory are coming from Columbia and Charleston, of course. They don't have much analytics this time around, what they usually do. So more counties have reported in than not. So that's where we stand at the current moment. So Dad Lefty writes in again, I'm not a Dem, I'm an independent. I'd vote for a moderate Republican over a Democrat like Joe Manchin. Well, you see, the problem with Joe Manchin is he's one of the most corrupt senators in the whole United States Senate. He takes so much money from the oil and gas companies. He doesn't really have any principles. He just does what the donors tell him.
He wants money. That's it.
Yeah. So I guess left.
I mean, get this.
Well, I have a question
Get
for him.
this guy in here. Get him in here.
No,
Get him in here.
this
We'll
is
debate him live.
This is a different guy. This is why you have to have the comments pulled up. So since you say you'd vote for a moderate Republican, when we get to the general election, I would assume you're not voting Trump. So would you vote Biden or would you just stay home or vote somebody else? I'm asking this seriously. Are you and your dad engaging honestly, or your entire politics just triggered the libs? No, my whole life's passion is about politics. I'm going to school for politics. I'm majoring in political science. You can check out our videos. I do political prediction videos. They're not biased. If I think a left winger is going to win something, I say it. I'm not just trying to own the libs. Yeah, maybe with the shorts that I upload, those are meant to own the libs, but those are shorts. Our live streams and our videos are honest, honest coverage, honest political coverage. All right, so then who's your third-party candidate if you're voting third party? We talking RFK, Jill Stein? Maybe you're going to write yourself in. Honestly, I think voting anything other than Republican or Democrat is just throwing a vote away. You got to vote for somebody who's going to win. Dad, the California guy, the California guy says, "Destroy me, LOL. Fact cannot be destroyed." Well, the fact is you're wrong. Yeah, you're right. It's not hard to own the libs or trigger the libs. It's so easy.
We've been doing it for the last 15 minutes, triggering you. You're getting so mad over this.
Dad, there's only one guy who's doing it. The rest of the people here are fine.
Yeah, I know. That's the guy that we're responding to. He's proving our point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the two-party system is kind of a problem. I have always thought maybe we could implement something like they have in, I think, the UK. They have a multi-party system where, let's say you have the Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, and Green Party all on one ballot. Let's say the Republican gets 50, the Democrat gets 48, the Libertarian gets 20, and then the Green Party gets 10. The Green Party would get 10% representation in government. The Libertarian would get 20% representation in government, so on and so forth. So whatever percent you would get in that election is how much percentage of representation that party would get in government. I always thought that was a pretty interesting way of doing things, but we have a winner-take-all system here. Or plurality, winner-take-all, whatever. You trying to say something, Dad?
Belched. Excuse me.
Fuck. What's the agreement between the populist left and right again? That we hate the corruption? Is that what you're talking about? Because I am totally in agreement on that. And Lefty, you never answered me. Are you? Have you seen it? Do you live in Vermont? Have you seen any political ads for Cenk Uygur? He's saying he's going to win the state of Vermont. Dad, what are you up to?
Nothing. I went over to the YouTube live chat.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking at it. I think we need to put we need critical thinking in the live right now.
We need critical thinking
He,
and what?
he want, we need him on this Discord right now. I think we should put the link and he should come in here and.
I can't do it on my end because if I do, it's gonna mess up the stream. You'll have to do it.
I'll
When is the Vermont primary? Honestly, I don't remember the date for that. March 5th. Okay, so Super Tuesday. What's wrong with our election night music? Dad, you back? Well, I'm sorry, but I think the music adds, it just sets the tone, you know, for election night. I mean, I can turn it down if you guys want a little bit. There, I put it.
I'm just waiting for critical thinking to respond so I can get him in here.
Yes, this is me and my dad. We do YouTube for a living. You can go watch our videos. Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I turned it down a little bit. All right, guys. So we have 36% of the vote in. Biden still with a 96% lead. I mean, that's pretty impressive if I don't say so myself. I expected Marianne and Dean to at least get a combined 10% finish here, but this is some pretty bad stuff for them. So, Dad, are
I
you...
mean, to be honest, I guess I'll eat my words earlier saying that Joe Biden would get 60 and Dean Phillips would get 20 and Marianne would get the other 15 and then the 5% would be other, you know.
No,
I'll eat
I
my
said
words,
Biden
you know,
would
I
get
didn't realize
70.
So many people were so... Yeah, I was saying what I said earlier. I said that he would get 60. But, you know, I'll eat my words. I didn't realize so many people were brainwashed by the system thinking Joe Biden's, you know, a great president and he should be eligible for re-election even though he's super old and he's doing such a great job, but whatever. You know, this is the reason I don't vote on this side of the ballot.
So, Dad, are you excited for the upcoming Nevada primary on Tuesday?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Which we will be covering, you guys, so make sure you're here.
Oh, yeah. We're covering it. We're covering every political major event up until the election. And even still past the election, we'll be covering it. You can bet.
Yeah, because we're going to the Trump rally next month in Michigan, and if Trump wins the general election, we'll be going to the inauguration in January. Isn't that right, Dad?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be at that inauguration because it'll be legendary. The most infamous inauguration in the world.
And my updated 2024 general election prediction will be going up tomorrow, so make sure you guys watch for that. Marianne could win low-populated towns like Granby. Tons of Republicans there, so people could vote Marianne as a protest vote. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Lefty, because I remember 4 years ago in 2020, in April, when it was Wisconsin's turn to vote in the Democratic primary. Of course, I'm a Republican, but I showed up on Election Day for the Democratic primary and voted for Bernie as a way to try to help Trump win, because Bernie would have been the easier candidate for Trump to beat. So I figured maybe I could go out and support Bernie to try to win in the general. It didn't work, though. It's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
At that, because in 2016, Bernie and Hillary were still going full force in April, but in 2020, it was pretty much over by April because Biden had just swept everything on Super Tuesday. And COVID kind of came in and just screwed the whole primary up. That kind of sucked. For people who are into politics, COVID just screwed everything up.
I mean, people who aren't into politics, COVID screwed the entire world up, to be honest. You know?
Yeah.
Like, COVID just destroyed everything, you know?
Well, the one saving grace about COVID is I didn't have to go to drill for like 6 months, so that was like amazing.
Yeah, but you're still thinking about like the worldwide repercussions because of that, you know? Like, over, you know, just a cold, essentially, for a younger generation. You know, if you're older, it pretty much was, I want to say, maybe 70 to 75% lethal for older people, like the boomers. But even still, COVID shut down the world. We got introduced to, you know, working from home, and people eventually woke up to the fact that I'm working a dead end job, and I'm gonna quit it. And that's where we're at right now. We're dealing with the repercussions of COVID, even still, roughly 3 years later. There's not enough people working. There's not enough people that are working retail or fast food.
This was a year or two ago now, but this was in the aftermath of COVID, and we came in, around dinner time, 8 or 9 o'clock, and we were told, okay, we've only got one cook in the kitchen, so you can only order appetizers. So that whole thing was just crazy. And Ryan Binkley is still in as far as I know, and he actually did pretty well in Iowa, as expected though, because he was a pastor, high evangelical population there. So considering, I think he's probably on the ballot for the caucus. So yeah, I could see him, and he could probably get a couple delegates there, since him and Trump are going to be the only ones. Maybe Dean could win American Samoa, since Bloomberg won it too. Yeah, Mini Mike, as he was called by Trump, I remember him. He spent so much money, and American Samoa was all he had to show for the millions that he threw in that race. So maybe he's just not cut out for politics. Dad? Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys. So we're just waiting on 10 more counties to fill in here. So there's a county here that's it's not coming up, but it's a real small margin of victory there. Would have been interesting to see somebody else win a county. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
Well, where'd you go, you mongrel?
Like, desynced me. And I had to go to the bathroom at the same time. I was listening, and then it disconnected me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I just got done saying that we only have 10 more counties outstanding that need to report in.
No, it's a wrap. I'm really curious for We Need Critical Thinking's Discord username is, so we can add him and debate him live. But from what I've seen, he's not willing to put it.
He's scared.
At this point, it seems like he is. Well, that's fine. That's how most of them operate. Once you get called on the spot, they don't want to come debate you live.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
If you want to be like that, then fine. Whatever. Where is Dogs? You don't mind me asking. Where's he at?
Well, he had a problem with Caden coming on, so I told him to F off.
No. I meant tonight.
What?
I meant tonight. What in the world?
What in the world? What?
The Dogs going.
Yeah, I told him to F off.
I said the dog. But I heard you saying.
You're talking about fat ass dogs.
Yeah. No, we're talking about them.
Yeah, I told him to F off.
It's unfortunate. What of Neo?
I don't know. Where is he?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. What the? Oh my god. Ugh.
You there?
Yeah. Dog was boozing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going crazy over something. I don't know what it was.
Well, Dad, more thoughts. Dad? Dad? Dad, where do you keep disappearing to?
I was trying to pull up the live chat.
Is the stream still working on your end?
Yeah, working fine. Why do you ask?
Just making sure. I think this critical thinking guy's trying to troll us and trying to make us think the stream's not working. Nice try, buddy.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah, we're not falling for that.
I want him to get in here.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna debate them live.
So now we've got 42% of the vote in. Biden still has a 96% advantage. Thoughts? And you disappeared again.
Well, where is critical thinking's Discord?
I don't know.
He's
Let's
gotta
just
get
not worry
debated.
about that right now. Let's worry about the election results.
All right.
So now Biden has 46 of the 65 delegates.
Sheesh.
49, actually.
I mean, it was like I was saying earlier. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna get it.
You think so?
Yeah, because this is a rematch of Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, 2024. But what's a different outcome than 2020?
So, Dad, are you excited to do the Trump hat collection video?
Oh, without a doubt.
What?
To our support, without a doubt.
Oh. Caden's back.
Well, what did you think I said?
I thought you said, what's it about?
No, I said without a doubt.
Who's this?
Who's who?
Who just talked?
Me?
Did somebody else join the Discord? I can't see on my end.
No. It's just me and you.
So now Biden's up to 50 delegates. I think he's going to get all of them. Which is what I predicted. So, I mean, I'm going to be spot on. That's why you guys should sub and watch my predictions, because I've been spot on every time. I was like 100% right with New Hampshire. I was like 99% right with Iowa.
This is going to be a race for the ages.
Yup. Marianne just ticked up to an even 2%. That'll be surprising if she's able to beat Dean Phillips because all the polling had him finishing second. You know what I mean?
Well, that'll be what we're paying attention the most to is if Dean Phillips comes out above Marianne.
Or
Because more than likely, those two are going to be running in 2028.
well, everyone's going to be running in 2028. Every Democrat under the sun is going to run in 2028.
Yeah, same with every Republican. It's going to be a free race, pretty much.
On the
Whoever's the most popular out of
On the Democratic side, you'll probably have Dean Phillips, Marianne Williamson, Bernie Sanders, Cory Booker, AOC, Kamala Harris, everybody under the sun, probably.
Yeah, that's more than likely what we're going to be seeing in 2028.
So now Biden has 55 of the 65 delegates. This is some pretty bad stuff here.
Just helps the Republican side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, geez, all these people voting Biden at this rate of, what is it, 96% almost? Like,
Yeah.
they have to pick someone else in 2028. And who are they all going to flock to?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
I mean, as it currently stands, I would say probably Marianne would just be slightly above Dean Phillips in 2028. As it currently stands, you know.
Neither of these
So,
two are
more
going to
than
be
likely,
relevant in
Marianne would be
2028.
55. You don't think so?
No. The only reason why nobody's running is because Biden's an incumbent president. When he's not the incumbent, every Democrat under the sun is going to run. People with much more money and much more name recognition. These two will be completely irrelevant in 2028.
So who do you think it would be down to in 2028? Like, I mean, I can imagine Gavin Newsom's more than likely going to run in 2028 for the presidency.
Yeah, if I had to guess it now, if I had to put money on it, he's going to be the Democratic nominee in 28. He's got the support of the entire mainstream media behind him.
Ah.
Alamo filled event a night.
A what?
What?
What did you say?
I don't know.
Well, that's helpful.
Yep.
This primary is called faster than Donald Trump's, right? Or the Republican primary.
What?
Was the Republican primary in New Hampshire called faster than this one for South Carolina?
Well, no, it wasn't that fast, but it was still pretty fast.
I mean, If I'm not mistaken, it was less than 10% in New Hampshire. It was called for Donald.
I don't remember actually.
I mean, I know this one was called what? Pretty much the first 1 to 2% that came in, it was called instantly.
Pretty much.
I mean, it was pretty much what everyone expected, though. But I mean, 2020 is going to be the most interesting year, pretty much, because it's going to be neither Joe Biden or Donald Trump. So,
Gonna be
I
what?
mean, it's going to be neither Joe Biden or Donald Trump. So, we'll have to see. This is going to be a real interesting one in 4 years from now.
This is gonna be way more interesting than that. Having
Oh, yeah,
Trump-
this one will directly lead into 2020.
2028 is gonna be irrelevant. This is the most interesting thing right here, right now.
Well, yeah, this is the future.
(2024) is the final battle.
Yeah, if one side wins, it definitely is.
Yes, I saw Donald Trump's Truth Social about me last night. It was a terrible decision by his political advisors. Dad. Where do you keep disappearing to?
Trying to pull up the live chat for the comments.
Here.
Unless nothing has developed.
Well, we're at 48% of the vote in, so we're getting close to halfway.
Close halfway to Joe Biden with the majority by an astronomical margin.
McCormick County. Let's take a look. All right, it's right here at the top. Yeah, I guess we could take a look at some of the counties. So, and that's only 5% in, so we have a lot to go there. Gonna try to find ones where Biden. All right, so pretty much everything else is like 90 to 2.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Caden? South Carolina, more like North Korea with those results. Caden, you have some explaining to do with your behavior the last couple of days.
I've been thinking on it, and I feel ashamed of myself.
Yeah, you should. Like, why should we let you come back? I already have you blocked on, like, everything.
But you messaged me on Snap.
Because you messaged me and you called me. You called me last night and you messaged me.
Yeah, to come to tell you I was sorry.
Well, why do it in the first place, Caden? I mean, that's the real question.
The other night, I left to go downstairs to, like, use the bathroom, and I forgot, like, it disconnects if you leave it on idle for a few minutes on Snapchat.
No, Caden, you're the worst liar in the world. So let's go through all of your lies and break it down as to how I know you're lying. Dad, this is not funny.
It's funny because Ken's trying to get out of it.
No,
Why are you laughing, Psycho Dad?
I'm
You're trying to fucking skate your way out.
Hey, and don't say the F word. Okay.
That was the one and only time.
We're not cussing.
So, Dad, here, why don't I guess I'll tell Dad and everybody who's listening. I know this isn't related to the election, but you guys can listen to this while we watch the results. So, Dad, I was on the phone with Caden the other night, and we were trying to get you on the phone. And then, out of nowhere, Caden just disappears like he always does. So I sat there for like an hour saying, hello, hello. Finally, I had to go do something, so I had to hang up. But I sent him a text saying, I have to go do something. I'll be back, and you better answer. He didn't even open the message. Then I got up the next day. He still hadn't opened it. And I clicked on his profile. He was active. So he saw that I messaged him, and he chose not to open it. But then I sent him another message, didn't open it. And then I clicked on his profile. It said he was currently active, which means he had his phone open and he was on Snap. Called him 3 times. The call didn't even ring more than twice, so he declined it all 3 times.
I was asleep.
Oh, really? You declined the call in your sleep?
Whoa.
Caden,
Nah.
you're such a bad... Dad, it's not funny.
Stop laughing.
No,
It's funny because you're trying to lie your way out of it, Caden.
Oh,
That's
not.
what's so funny.
no.
You are.
Caden, you should be ashamed of your lying, and Dad, you should be just as mad as I am about this. This isn't funny.
And ashamed, too, that you're laughing at this.
No, Caden, you are such a bad liar.
It's funny because you try to lie your way out of everything, Caden. That's what's so funny about
No,
it.
Caden,
No.
you are gonna tell the truth for once in your life, and you don't even realize that you've been
do.
caught. No, when you click on somebody's when I click on your Snap profile, it tells me when you're active on Snap and when you're not. Do you realize that? I don't even think you realize that.
No,
Yeah.
I can't even see it.
Okay. Well, I can. So when you have your phone open and you have the Snapchat app opened up, it tells me that you have it opened up. Do you not realize that?
No, I can never see it.
Okay. Well, so that's how I know you're blatantly lying right to my face right now. So why don't you admit the truth that you were on Snap, you saw my messages, and you chose to ignore them?
Oh my god.
Stop saying you
I
were
don't
sleeping. You were not sleeping.
I was sleeping on the calls, not the messages, the calls. And I
No.
never knew you were calling
You
me
were
'cause I was
active
asleep.
when I was calling you. You were not asleep. You were active on Snapchat when I was calling you.
It might have
saw-
said I was on. Oh god. It might have said I was active.
You were. That's the only way it would say that. But just keep lying, though, Caden. Are you going to admit the truth or what?
I just did. That is the truth.
All right, Dad.
I was
you,
asleep.
Dad, handle this. I'm getting too angry.
And if it says you're active on that. If you're scrolling and it says active 1 minute ago, whatever. But if my son calls you and it says you're active, that means you're actively scrolling on the app. And if you decline his calls 2 or 3 times in a row, that means you're actively declining his calls and you're still on the app at that current time. Do you not realize that?
No.
Well, that's how it works. The app will tell you
What?
active X amount of minutes ago, right? And that's the last time you scrolled through the app with your finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if at the moment my son is calling you, if his call gets instantly denied, that is without a doubt 100% proof that you're denying the call. That's the same way with when you're calling someone's number, when you're calling them on Messenger, when you're calling them on Snapchat, anything. If you're FaceTiming them, same instance. If it gets instantly denied, that means you're on the phone and you're actively denying it. But you can keep lying about it. You know, you're not going to get out of it because we're smart enough to figure it out. But keep going.
I won't lie about it, I promise.
You have just been lying about it.
The whole
Like,
the whole time.
you know, you can think I'm lying all you want, but I swear I wasn't lying.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you. This isn't funny, Dad.
I'm not gonna say it at the moment, but it's what I've been thinking the whole time.
Yeah, this is not okay.
You're right, it isn't. It's okay then. You think it
Yes.
should be banned forever? You
No,
think it should be banned
because
forever? Why?
I, as much as I do deserve it, I feel bad for not answering.
I mean, you're already
Okay, so what are you gonna
blocked.
do to rectify it?
You're already blocked on Facebook. You're blocked on Xbox.
Am I blocked on Facebook? I ain't been on there in a while.
Yeah, you were just on there the other day.
Alright, let me look.
So, what do you think should happen?
Don't know.
Well, tell us. Because I'm going to give my thoughts, and you should be banned forever, and you should never have contact with us because you're crazy. But
Yeah, you might just have to be banned forever.
I won't. You guys will want me back eventually. I know that.
No, you're already
your
blocked.
delusion says that. Do you realize the consequences of your actions? What you've done?
Yes.
Do you not realize this?
Yes.
I don't think you do. You don't realize
I
the
do.
magnitude of this. I don't think you do.
I do. You may not think I don't, but I do.
No, we welcome you on here. You act like a disrespectful person, and then you think everything's just free reign for you. We're gonna keep handing out head over heel for you. No, we're not gonna do that. We're done. You're done.
No, I'm not. You guys are gonna want me back, and I already know it. So what's the point?
Yeah, how many times are we gonna get burned by you? Happens every time. And just a quick election update, we got 57% of the vote in. Biden has 96% of the vote. Marianne 2%. Dean Phillips 1.6%.
Marianne's catching up, but she could get the rest of the state. She might finish with 40%.
So don't be goofy.
You're right, but Fig Savage should stop being goofy and figure out what it actually means to deal with consequences in his life.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Well, Fig Savage, if we give you one last chance, what are you going to do different? That's a big
Hey.
if.
Anything you guys want, I'll get on Xbox and I'll play OGMW2 with you guys. I'll help you guys
no,
get the
you,
new.
No,
one.
you won't, because you're gonna use your dumb
You're a
TV
liar.
excuse like you do every time.
My sister's not even home.
Whatever. Kid, why shouldn't we just message your mom and just tell her that the TV's broke?
She'll block you immediately.
At least she'll know.
I don't know. I think that's a lie. I think that's a lie. She'll believe us more than you.
Nah, she doesn't even know you guys.
Doesn't matter.
Me and your mom are close advocates. We get along really well.
Do you really know her?
I do. I know she likes baking.
Yeah, you're saying I'm lying. Yeah, look at you. You're probably lying right now.
Kaden, you sit on the throne of lies.
No, I don't.
That's all you do is lie. This isn't funny.
Caden and his throne of lies is collapsing around him. Of course it's funny.
No, it's not.
Are you gonna date my mom, Psycho Dad?
I might have to fix you.
How are you gonna fix me?
Well, let's just say you're going away for a long time.
Where am I going?
The psych
You're going
ward.
to the military academy.
No. Oh,
Alright, this
right.
isn't
Am I
funny.
going to band the service? What am I gonna do? Join the service?
You're not gonna pass the mental evaluation.
Oh, really? What am I gonna do? Go to the psych ward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going there for? Being crazy?
Yup.
I need to go to the psych ward, actually.
Yeah, you do.
I hear my dad leaving for work. Which means I'ma hook up that game box.
You don't have a dad. He left.
I have you. You're my dad. Aren't you my dad?
Okay, delusional. I'm not your fucking dad.
Stop swearing.
Yeah, stop swearing. This is family-friendly content.
You seriously, you can't keep your mouth out of the gutter for one stream.
I can't.
No, you're done doing that. You screw us over every time.
If you say the F word, just say frickin', not the actual F word. We're trying to keep this family friendly.
Yeah, maybe I would
Okay,
like to
I'm not
make
your
a couple
dad.
bucks off of this for once, instead of it always being demonetized because you have to drop 10,000 F-bombs.
That was a fucking
Learn some other words. All right, guys, so we now have 61% of the vote in. Biden with 87,000 votes. He's still leading with 96%. He's got 55 of the 65 delegates. And we've only got a couple of counties left. We got about 6 counties outstanding. Oh man,
Wow.
You guys would make good politicians one day.
really?
Yeah. Better than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Oh, what are you gonna amount to one day?
I don't know. Anything that I can make up for.
The only thing you're gonna amount to be is the McDonald's cashier.
A McDonald's cashier, you serious?
Yeah, I am actually.
Would you ever work as a McDonald's cashier, Psycho Dad?
Nope.
Do you think Cameron would work as one? Cause like, I don't know. I know you guys wouldn't.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Okay, good talk.
Psycho Kid goes to the psych ward.
Really, you?
Yeah, by that I mean me.
You're right.
I wonder what it's like being in the psych ward.
Well, you're about to find out soon enough.
Well, let me look it up on the internet.
Night.
What is it like in the psych ward?
Like I said, you'll find out soon enough.
Why do they call it a psych ward? I've always wondered.
Well, you're gonna find out.
Oh, really? You gonna take me to the psych ward?
Yeah, I'll offer an anonymous tip.
Hey, Dad, will you and Caden just monitor the stream while I go to the bathroom real quick?
Sure.
All right, just keep them entertained for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Alright.
All right, Hayden.
Yes.
You're let back on. What are you gonna do different?
I'm gonna help you guys do anything you want.
Are you sure about that? Can you uphold that?
Yeah, I swear.
How confident are you in that?
Very. Which means I will help you guys.
Well, how confident are you? I want, like, names and oath given. That's what I
don't know.
want. What's your
I
oath
don't
you're gonna give me?
What's up?
You're gonna say well to what? Us. And if I don't, I'm gonna do X type of questioning here.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you, what are you gonna do?
Hope you guys get the nuke on MW2. That's something you guys have been talking me about recently.
And if you don't,
I don't know. I'll still hope you guys get the nuke tonight, though.
no, there's gotta be repercussions. What are you gonna do if you don't?
I'll still do it anyways because I'm not giving up.
No, there's repercussions for not.
There is going to be no repercussions.
There is. That's why you're around.
I'm not gonna screw up.
That's a lie. Me and you both know that.
I'll still help you get the nuke. I'll go hook up my Xbox right now, and you, Dylan, and I can go get the nuke.
Then go do it. Right
All right.
now.
All right, just don't hang up on the call or anything, please.
That's up to you. You're the one that hangs up all the time. We want to hear
Not
you
anymore.
all the time.
Not anymore. I'll go hook up my Xbox.
You better hook it up right now. If you don't, there's gonna be some fucking problems. Well, what's the status, Hayden? Can you hook it up? Well, did ya? Jeez, I'm gonna be talking to myself like a crazy man. Okay then. Okay then. Okay then. Well, regardless, I was still waiting for We Need Critical Thinking to put his Discord so we can debate him live. But of course, that's all up to him. But we are waiting. Oh, Lord. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like are going to be more headed to run in 2028. But, you know, we will see if they do adhere to those conditions or not. But more than likely, they are not going to win. Because, given the current status of things, I know for a fact that Joe Biden has won every single Democratic primary since they started, so we will see if it changes. Okay, then. Caden, answer. 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 Answer now. Well, guys, if there's any questions you want myself or my son to answer, please let us know.
Okay, why is there no talking?
There was, but I was going to the bathroom.
All right, so we're at 69. We're at 68% of the vote is in, 96% to Biden, 2% for Marianne, 1.7% for Dean Phillips. I mean, we could sit here and monitor the results with you guys, but there's not much left to say. I mean, this is pretty much a wrap.
Pretty much a blowout. But
Where's Caden?
Caden, I don't know. He vanished.
Wow, what a great start to him trying to repair all the stuff he did with doing the exact same thing. This isn't funny.
Yeah, I know it's not funny, but it's funny to me because he says he's gonna change, but he does the same shit he does. It's
No,
funny.
this is not funny one bit.
He's an asshole. He's an yes. He does the same things he does. But it's like I'm saying, I'm done with him. So.
Did you get a nice participation trophy? Or when you played
Sure.
baseball? Oh, you did?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't remember when you played baseball.
I stuffed it right up there.
When did you play baseball?
When I wanted.
You did not play baseball. Is that supposed to be like an insult to my intelligence? 'Cause I
Is it a
wouldn't remember
joke?
that.
It's a joke.
Didn't you try to play?
Yeah, but I didn't go to it. Then I got let go.
What do you mean you didn't go to it?
I go to practice and all that.
When were you ever on a baseball team?
I was back in the 80s. Myself and Lamo were more than acquainted back then. Like, you wouldn't know that.
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't.
Back. I want to go hook my Xbox up. Like Psycho Dad. Like I promised Psycho Dad.
No, Psycho Dad, what did you just say?
Oh, you did promise me? Let's see it.
Alright.
I said I was playing baseball, or yeah, I was playing baseball, and you wouldn't know about it because that's where me and Lamo met when I was busy skating and
You mean Margot?
yeah, Margot.
Margo. Alright, Psycho Dad, you want to see my Xbox hooked up? Well, you're about to get it. See? Like I told you. I'm gonna get MW2 ready.
You better.
I'm going to. Here you are. Alright, why don't you guys hop on Xbox?
Watch the game. See, now that wasn't that hard, was it, Caden? So why don't you do that every day?
Because my sister's home every day.
Well, your sister and me are gonna have a very friendly relationship.
What?
You heard me.
You mean you're gonna bang her? She's 17.
Oh, never mind then.
I want to wait till she's 18 for that one, my good man.
Well, never mind. Like I said.
Wait till she's like 18 or maybe older.
Yeah, never mind. I quit.
What now?
Never mind. I didn't say anything about.
Why don't you guys get on? I already got MW2 booted up.
Okay,
We're
well,
in the middle of a
wait.
live stream.
Oh. Okay.
No, not okay.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like, okay, like, as in I accept the fact.
Caden, you know we're live streaming.
I know.
Do you realize that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm a fine. Ah, dang it. The heck? I just lagged out of the plane.
What is your problem, sir?
I lagged out of the plane. I'm playing Terminal. Well, I got knifed by this kid. Wow, I snuck up behind. Come on. Stop lagging, you retard. I'm gonna break my game.
Calm yourself.
What? Okay.
Calm down.
Ha! Yes, I got this kill. Let's go. Knife them. Switch weapon. There. Come on. Wow, he's just mad because I killed him.
You're not going to be saying that on the stream.
What'd he say?
You're not going to be talking about a stupid game.
Okay.
Okay, Dad, Caden, keep them entertained. I have to go throw this away.
Alright.
Alright, Caden, calm down. Just a game.
I'm calm. What do you mean? Let's focus on the stream, please.
You weren't a couple seconds ago. You were freaking out, losing it.
Yeah, because I got knifed.
Why are you getting
Like,
so
who
mad? that you're
knives
getting
in
mad?
2024?
Everybody.
Do you knife?
Commando Pro. Commando Pro is a menace. Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I mean, do you not use Commando Pro?
What's up?
Do you not use Commando Pro?
I don't even know what that is.
A perk 3 where the melee range is like tripled, damn near.
Nice. Alright. Great, now we're on Invasion.
Oh, you're playing the game right now?
Yeah. And I'm also monitoring the stream.
Oh, so what you took it so long to pull off a game when myself and my son were trying to play?
Oh no. Do the Scar loadout.
Oh, you don't know, do you?
Oh, not that I know of. Where everybody at?
There's about to be some consequences for this.
What are the consequences gonna be?
You'll find out.
Okay. Ah, come on. Wow, I was
You
camping
will
on the
find out.
At least he wasn't using a sniper.
You will
come on.
find out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hate when this game lags. I mean, I love OG and WT and all, but I really wish it wouldn't lag so much. You know what I mean?
You weren't alive during the prime time of it.
Roko literally knifed me. Had the opportunity, didn't take it. Ladder.
Played an OG Modern Warfare 2 versus Modern Warfare 2 2022.
OGMW2 is the best.
Why? I want to hear your opinion.
Because it's not pay to win.
Okay, elaborate more. Elaborate, I said.
What? I just did. I said OGMW2 is not pay to win. You don't have to worry about stealing your mom's credit card to buy skins or anything else.
Alright. What about the campaign?
It is awesome. But minus the part where Roach and Ghost get killed, that had me mad. Until I
Most
found
of
out.
Ghost's death in Model Frontier 2009 was sad, but then again, Soap put a throwing knife through Shepard's eye, so
That was
legendary.
the campaign, yeah. 5 years ago. I lost 30,000 men to Blink would not. And the world just watched.
I think I'll say Model 3 was better because they hung Shepard from the roof with
was
Price.
cool.
That was the best end to a trilogy
Yeah.
compared to the new trilogy, which is terrible.
Yeah. I hope they do remake MW3 the OG.
They're not going to.
That's stupid. If they can remaster OG MW1 and 2, they can at least remaster the MW3.
They're not going to. Come on now.
But come on, oh my god, he was right behind me.
We're playing Team Deathmatch.
Yeah, or it's more like a free-for-all. Like everyone's just killing each other.
Oh, are you in the free for all or TVM?
Yeah, I'm playing free-for-all. Wish my game would stop lagging though. I hate this game. I'm gonna restart it. Ray's Clan.
What?
Ray's Clan on Call of Duty.
I'm not the leader.
You're not the leader? How come it says you're the leader?
I'm not.
Why?
Because I'm not.
Oh, really? You're not?
I'm retired.
Yeah.
I did. Look at my profile. We'll see.
Outlook. Support the First Amendment on Xbox Live. Location, Wisconsin. You've also been playing Arkham Asylum lately as well, huh?
Yeah, see, I told you it wasn't the same.
When did you first start playing it? What do you think would happen if he took Cameron's Xbox? Do you think he'd cry about it?
Is that Joe Biden is sweeping the floor. That just means that the current presidential race of this year is going to be heavily one-sided, and like a couple of Phillips and Marianne Williamson should save their effort for 2028 so they can win. But I'm not in their shoes. I can't make those choices for them. If they want to keep running, that's fine. They can keep wasting money, but in all honesty, they should wait until 2028, and then they would have an actual chance of winning. But it's not this year. Sorry.
Yeah.
But Caden, what do you think of this?
I don't know. Joe Biden shouldn't have never became president in the first place.
Why did that idiot?
Obviously, but considering what's happening at the moment, what do you think about it?
It's sad.
What about Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson?
I don't know.
Should they run at 2028 and drop out right now, or should they keep going?
The libtards should just drop out. Like, there's no place for them here anyways.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, both sides, considering Joe Biden is completely sweeping the floor with every candidate this year, I think by 2028, Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson will have a solid ground to run off of in 2028. There'll be a close race between those two, as well as Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley in 2028. I believe both of them are going to run again against each other, and we'll see what will happen. But what do you think about that?
It's sad. Nikki Haley doesn't deserve to be in office. She deserves to be in the kitchen.
Okay. But between the both of them, between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, which would you prefer to win between the two? Because they'll be entire race in 2028, believe me.
I need the Dems to win. I wouldn't want anyone to win except for the Republican side.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, is Nikki Haley versus Ron DeSantis in 2028.
Ron DeSantis.
Because it's more likely going to happen. Why?
Because he's better than Nikki Haley.
Okay, but why do you think that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Looking at Xbox controllers right now.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think about Joe Biden getting 96% of the vote right now as it currently stands when he has less than 40% approval rating? Is that shocking to you?
Yeah. He should have never gotten the vote anyways. I mean, who would vote for that retard?
Well, apparently 96% of people in South Carolina vote for him. So, what would you do if you were them?
I wouldn't even vote.
You wouldn't even vote.
Not
Answer.
for the Democrat. What's up, Dylan?
Hello.
Hello, we answered.
Sure.
Mr. Kurtz. Dylan, don't make me buy a game on here that I know you don't want me buying. Again, that starts with a letter.
You're not.
Oh, really? Can you guess the game?
I already know what it is.
Oh, really? What is it?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. I'm not really gonna buy it. I'm just saying that so I know he's in here. I heard him yell answer.
Oh, yeah. Like, Goofy.
Goofy. Goofy. Goofy gang.
Holy cow. I
What?
can't believe you.
Answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, now you guys want to answer.
Well, we did. You didn't answer that.
What?
Okay, well, while I was gone, was there any talk about this election, or were you guys just sitting here talking about stupid games?
Yeah.
And talking...
There was a
Yeah, I covered
Shut up and stop interrupting me. Were you guys just sitting here dropping the F-bomb every other word and talking about sex?
No.
No.
The heck? Why would we
I
talk about
covered the election about percent ago at 60%.
Well, talk about the election.
Trump is gonna win? He's the best.
I'm
And
talking
everybody
about
wants-
the one we're streaming right now.
Oh.
Well, it was like I said a couple hours ago that the matter of fact is that people are still running when, in all reality, this is a race between Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. They should just drop out now, and then by 2028, they can have their say and never beat each other. I mean, let's be real. In all honesty, in 2028, it's going to be more than likely. I'm just putting this out there. It's going to be Gavin Newsom versus Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson. Those are going to be the Democratic Party sides. And then in 2028, it's going to be Nikki Haley versus Ron DeSantis for the Republican side. I can already see it now. That's going to be 2028.
I already told you how
So-
that's totally wrong.
How is that totally wrong?
Because I already told you, in 2028, there won't be an incumbent president, and every Democrat's going to run.
Okay, out of all popularity side for the Democrats, more than likely for the final two, it's going to be Gavin Newsom versus Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson. At the
No,
moment.
it won't.
Well, I can't see the future, so it's a prediction. So calm down, okay?
How many times do I have to tell you how that's wrong?
That's fine. It's a prediction. It's not reality.
Okay, use a little bit of logic in your prediction.
Well, I don't care about the Democrat Party. I'm making a prediction about them. I already know who the Republicans are going to run, so I don't care.
Well, it won't be Marianne or Dean Phillips, I can tell you that.
Same here.
Oh, you know that?
Yup.
Okay, then who's it going to be?
It's going to be Gavin Newsom versus, like, Cory Booker. Or somebody like that.
Cory Booker, huh?
Who in the world is Cory Booker?
How do you not know that?
I don't know who it is. I don't pay attention to the Democrats because I don't frankly care about socialism. I don't care about socialism. Sorry, I don't care what the Democrats are doing because of socialism. I don't care about them. Sorry, I don't care.
Answer.
We're still in the Discord call.
Well, I asked you a question. You didn't answer me, so
What's the
I'm
question?
waiting for my answer.
What's the question?
Who is Cory Booker, and why should I care about what the Democrats?
Okay,
That's what I asked you.
Cory Booker
You're
is
the one going to college on this stupid shit.
yeah. Cory Booker is a senator. He ran in 2020,
Okay.
and you should care because if you care
Hey,
about
lost.
if you care about politics, you should care about all of politics, not just one little branch of it.
True.
And you should know and study your enemy, so you know what points they're going to make, and you can be ready to counter them.
Well, what if I told you this? I'm leaving the country and I don't want to live here anymore. How about that?
Really?
Well, you're
Because a month ago,
Yeah.
you were going to go work at O'Hare in Chicago. Then you said you're moving to North Carolina. Now you're leaving the country. Next week you'll say you're moving to Utah.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think you're going anywhere.
If you are, then what country going to? Oh wait, he's not going anywhere because he's staying here.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not about what I'm doing. It's about what these
Yeah, Dad, you're cutting in and out.
Same is happening for me when he talks. It cuts out on me as well.
Dad.
What?
So, Dad, did you determine whether or not Caden's getting a second chance?
He's not. He's not. I don't care. He's done. Fuck you, Caden.
Stop swearing. No, we're not gonna make any money
Yeah,
off
why
of
do
this.
you swear when I told you to stop swearing? That we're trying to keep this family friendly.
You know, I'm trying to make a couple bucks off of this.
You're not family friendly.
Dad, you realize we're gonna make nothing if you keep swearing.
Why does YouTube even care if you swear? Like, why can't they mind their own business?
Why should we care about you?
Why do you care about what I do so much, huh?
You're the one that's screwing us over all the time.
Oh, I screwed you over.
You are.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Uh-huh. I was ready to be done with you months ago, and then my son comes to me saying, yeah, Caden's done. I'm not dealing with him anymore. And then he comes back to me today saying, oh, he wants to come back, and I don't want you back at all. I want you gone forever. I don't want to ever interact with you.
You say that.
Yeah,
and you
you're
don't want me.
you're literally a pain. You are a pain. You are a
I feel-
nuisance and a pain. I want you gone forever. No, I want you to plead to us why you deserve to belong here.
What are you gonna do? Send me to the psych ward, which I need.
You need to go to the psych ward. You are a psychopath and you deserve to be locked in a cell for the rest of your life. You're a crazy psychopath.
I'm crazy, huh?
Well, if we release everything that you've said to me and my son for the past couple of years, you would be locked up instantly and never be allowed access to the internet ever again because of what you've said. So do you really want to bet that?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So why do you think you deserve to stay here? Because I truly believe you don't deserve to be here.
I want to redeem myself.
How are you going to do it? Because you've blown every chance you've ever gotten in your life. What makes this time different?
I don't even know.
Well, how are you going to do it? I want to know. That's what I'm asking. I'm not speaking to nothing.
We can play OGMW2 together. Does that work out? I know how much you guys love
That's
that
not-
game.
That's not good enough. No, there's going to be more.
Okay, then what can I do for more?
You're never playing GTA 5 again.
What does GTA got to do with this?
It's got everything to do with this. If
What is
we
it?
ask you for help, you are helping. End of story.
Fine up. I won't play GTA again. That's a promise.
If we request help, you're helping.
No, Dad, I think I think we're at a 3 strikes and you're out type of thing. So, Caden, we're
With him?
We're gonna play 3 matches of Modern Warfare 2, and you've got 3 matches to help me get the nuke. And if I don't get it in those 3 matches, you're done forever.
All right, that's a promise.
Well, you better be like jumping in front of the bullets then.
I'll sacrifice myself for you guys. I don't care.
You better. If you want to exist.
Okay. So why don't we do it like after the live stream or something?
I don't feel like you're lying and you didn't hook up your Xbox.
I'm playing it right now. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
I feel like you're lying.
I'm not lying, Psycho Dad. Look at my profile. It says I'm online.
Night.
Turn the camera on, then I'll believe it.
Okay. Turn it on.
You turn it on, fucker.
Hey!
Quit swearing.
I'm talking to you, bitch.
Stop
swearing,
swearing.
It's over. I already know
Okay,
it's over.
Psycho Dad. My Xbox is literally on. See? It's on. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm not gonna tell you again to stop swearing. All of this work we do is not gonna be nullified because you just can't keep your mouth out of the gutter. I'm seriously sick of that. Every video, it's not funny. Every video or
Why do
stream.
you think
Oh my god,
Sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
always cut off no matter what. Every video or stream that you're in is demonetized on YouTube. Do you realize that?
Okay, then I'll leave. Bye.
How about just stop swearing? It's not that hard.
Who just hung up? It wasn't me.
Well, you better get him back in here, Caden.
Oh, let me get to the left.
Get him back in here, Caden.
Guess you couldn't handle a little criticism. Alright, I'll get him back in here. If this thing ever works. There we go. Let me turn off my camera. And let me go in the general. At Schmitty 2000. Get back on the call now. Stop leaving us. Get back on the call now, or I will make you play the PS5 with Dylan. Homie better get back on the call. I told him if he didn't get back on the call, I'd make him play the PS5 with you. Yeah.